I can hold it next to you if you want.
Okay. Now let's. No. Yes. Let's do this.
What all do we need from here? Here's your website.
Just use my rabbi's manual. The rest you can put on the floor somewhere. Let's put this one here.
This one's yours, this one's mine.
No, this is mine. We're going to scissors.
על כפיים יישאוך, תן תגרור באבן רגליך, על שחל ופתן תדרוך כרמוס כפיל ותנין. כי בי חשב כפרתהו, עסקהו כי ידעשו. יתראני בעיניהו, כמו אנוכי בצרה, אכלסהו ואכבדהו. אורך ימים עשייהו והראהו בישועתי, אורך ימים עשייהו והראהו בישועתי. In the words of Kohelet, of Ecclesiastes, a season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven, a time for dancing and a time for wailing, a time for birthing and a time for dying, a time for speaking and a time for silence, a time for seeking and a time for losing. The time of mourning is a complicated time, filled with many emotions, but memories both bitter and sweet. We begin our service with a recitation of psalms and prayers, thus linking Bonnie's life with the 3,000-year-old tradition of the people of Israel and the eternity of God. Mizmor LeDavid. Adonai mi yagur be'olecha, mishkom be'ar kodshecha, הולך תמים ופועל צדק ודובר אמת בלבבו, לא רגל על לשונו, לא עשה לרעהו רע וחרפה לא נשא על קרובו. נבזה בעיניו נמאס ותראי אדוני יכבד, נשבע להרע ולא יאמיר, כספו לא נתן בנשך ושוחד על נקי לא לקח, עושה אלה לא ימות לעולם. The Psalm of David. Do we deserve to enter God's sanctuary? Can we merit a place in the presence of God? If we live with integrity and do what is right and speak the truth without deceit, if we have no slander upon our tongue and do no evil to others, if we never mistreat our neighbor but honor those who revere Adonai, if we never retract a promise once made, though it may bring us harm, if we accept no bribe against the innocent, if we make these deeds our own, then we shall stand firm forever. מזמור לדוד. אדוני רואי לא אכסר ונאודה שירביצני, על מי מנוחות ינהלני. נפשי ישובב מינחני במעלי צדק למען שמו, גם כי ילך בגיא צל מוות לא ירא רק יתה עמדי. שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני, תערוך לפניי שולחן נגד צורריי. נשענת בשמן ראשי כוסי רוויה, אך טוב החסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. The Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in straight paths for his name's sake. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai forever. מחתום לדוד, שומרני אל כי חסיתי בך, אמרת לאדוני, אדוני אתה טובתי בללך, לקדושים אשר בארץ המה, בדירי כל חפצי בם, הרבו עצבותם אשר מהרו ולהשיג נזקיהם מדם, ובלשא את שמותם על שפתי. אדוני מנת חלקי וחוסי, אתה תומיך גורלי. הבלים נפלו לי בנעימים, אף נחלת שפרה עלי. אברך את אדוני אשר יצאני, אף לילות יסרוני חיליותי. שיביתי אדוני לנגדי תמיד, כי ממני בא למות. לכן שמח ליבי ויגל כבודי, הבשרי ישכון לבטח. כי לא תעזוב נפשי לשאול, לא תיתן חסידך לראות שחר. תודיעני אורח חיים, צבע שמחות את פניך, נעימות בימינך נצח. As I'm singing right now, I'm thinking that Bonnie's probably gonna send thunder to strike me, because it's not DJ the one who's singing and that's the one she wants to hear. But I apologize. DJ is not in a good shape to sing right now, Bonnie, because he misses you so much. So you're gonna have to deal with my voice for once. For many, many years, before every Friday night dinner, David sang Eshet Chayil to Bonnie at the Shabbat table. So before we start with some words of remembrance, I would like to sing Eshet Chayil to Bonnie because she was a true Eshet Chayil in many, many different ways. אשת חיל מאמצע ורחוק מפני מכרה, בטח בא לבעלה ושאלה לא יחסר, גם לתאותו ולא רק כל ימי חייה, כפה פרשה לעוני, בידיה שילחה על האביון, עוז וידה לבושה, ותשחק ליום אחרון, פיה פתחה בחוכמה, בתורת חסד הלשונה. סופי הליכות ביתה, בלחם הצלות לא תאכל, קמו בניה ויעזרוה, בלה ויעללה, רבות בנות עשו חיל, ואת עלית על כולנה, שקר ההן בחבל היופי, אישה יראת אדוני, היא תהלל, תנו לה מפרי ידיה, והללוה, בשערים מסיה. What a precious find is an Eshet Chayil, a woman of valor. Her worth is far beyond rubies. Her husband puts his confidence in her and lacks no good thing. She's good to him, never battled the days of her life. She opens her hand to the needy and extends her hand to the poor. She's clothed with strength and splendor. She looks to the future cheerfully. She opens her mouth with wisdom. Her tongue is guided by kindness. She oversees the activities of her household and never eats the bread of idleness. Her husband praises her and says, "Many women have done superbly, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a God-revering woman is much to be praised. Extol her for the fruit of her hand. Wherever people gather, her deeds speak her praise." How do you begin to put into words the life of somebody like Bonnie? She was absolutely not the conventional person. She was much more than that. And I know this firsthand because she was my assistant for a really interesting length of time many, many years ago. And I remember her fondly. I want to say something before I begin, which is that DJ asked me not to make this whole thing about DJ. And I'm going to honor his wishes because DJ was one of many siblings. DJ was one of all of her children. And I think that today it is fair for us to say that all of her children are here, whether in Zoom or present, remembering her and listening to her soul as she departs this world. I must say though, DJ, that the first thing I remember about Bonnie, when you started playing the keyboard at Temple Bet Shalom when you were 16, is that she was literally about to drool. And that was something that happened every Friday night, whenever she was there for the last 24 years or so. And sometimes I thought I was going to have to bring a bucket because she was drooling so much. She really loved you, and she was really proud of everything you have accomplished. And I'm going to leave it at that because I understand. Bonnie had 9 grandchildren. 9 grandchildren. She was closer to some than others, but there is no doubt in my mind that in her heart, the love was always there for them. I was thinking about a biblical image to tie to Bonnie as we say goodbye to her today. And actually, our Torah portion of the week of Vayehi comes very much to mind. Yaakov Avinu, who's the patriarch of the Jewish people, is dying. And he calls Joseph, who was his younger child. And he asks him to do a couple of things. The first thing he does, he says, "Do not bury me in Egypt, take me back to my ancestors." And Joseph swears he's going to do that. And then Joseph brings his children, and Jacob blesses Joseph's children. And after Jacob's dead, all of his children come together to take him back to the land of Israel. How does this remind me of Bonnie? Well, to all of us here, Jacob was a patriarch, one of the fathers of the Jewish people. His name is Israel. However, in his personal life with his children, he fought battles. He actually had differences of personality throughout his entire life. And though we see him as a figure larger than life, in his personal life, he struggled tremendously. I want to say that for Bonnie, who had a very unique personality and way about her, it is important that all her children are here today. It is not only important to her, but it is important to them. Because I have to tell you, many of you do not know me, you've never met me, even though I've known her for so many years. But in spite of everything, she loved her entire family very, very much. And I can tell you that with knowledge of fact, because she confided in me more than one time. I want to say also that Allison was like that child that she never expected to have. And especially in the last years of her life, Allison has been there constantly for her, like a presence that never goes and never leaves. Bonnie's death was really indeed something that we didn't expect. And just like so many things about Bonnie that I will never understand, like DJ grew up telling him, Bonnie was telling him, if you ever get a tattoo, I will kill you, DJ. And I remember the cat tattoos, DJ. I mean, I have to mention that. It's not very rabbinic, but it goes with her personality. You know, our sages teach that every human being is a world, is a universe. And she was indeed a universe. I think that to just try to understand it as a normal human being would be a disservice to her. I also have to say that to David, she was an unbelievable partner. Unbelievable partner. She followed him to South Dakota. Like, seriously, David, who does that? And eventually came back here to Las Vegas to settle home once again. She came originally to Las Vegas because, among other things, she hated the snow. And I think that she found in this community a permanent home that she loved, and where she established her home and saw her children grow. I would be remiss if I did not remember her cats, the 6 of them. And the first time I ever went to Bonnie's house, I'm severely allergic to cats, and I remember seeing, DJ, this sign that said, it was in the middle of the house, that said, firemen, police department, if there's a fire, there's cats here, please take them out. Forget about the people, just take out the cats. Look, there's a part of our tradition that deals with Tzar Balei Chaim, with the way in which we treat other living beings. I think that says a lot about a person. When you care more about other living things than you care about yourself, it says so much about who you are. When you care about other forms of life that are not necessarily human but animal, when you care for them as if they were human, that really makes you a giant in my eyes and in everybody's eyes. There is no replacing a mother, a grandmother, a life partner. You can't replace her. There's a beautiful story that probably DJ has heard me tell many times, but today I think it takes on a special meaning. A circle that was rolling through life stumbles and loses a piece, kind of like a pie, a little piece of pie, like the Trivia Pursuit types of pies. And he tries to roll on with his life, and he can't really roll completely even because he's missing a piece. And he goes through the world trying to find the piece, and he puts on different pieces, and not a single piece fits. Missing pieces can never be replaced. We live with them for the rest of our lives. When Moses breaks the tablets, he doesn't put them together. He builds new ones. And he places the old ones, the broken ones, in the ark. Our broken pieces, our missing pieces, go with us wherever we go. Bonnie's memory, her love, and who she was will go with us wherever we go, wherever we find ourselves, wherever we are. Tihye nishmata tzura b'tzura chaim. May her soul be always bonded to the bond of life eternal. Amen. It is our tradition to shovel earth onto the grave by ourselves with our own hands. We do that in trying to imitate what God did for Moses when Moses departed this world. So I'm going to ask all of us who actually would like to participate in this holiest of tasks to please help us shovel earth at this time onto the grave. That would help.
Hatzor Tzamim Pa'alo Ki Kol Devarav Mishpat El Emuna Ve'ein Avel Sadek Ve'yashar Hu Hatzor Tzamim Bechol Pe'am Mi Yomar Lo Ma Tifal Hashalit Bamata Uv Ma'al Memit Chaye Morid She'al Ve'ya'al Hatzor Tamim b'chol ma'aseh mi yomar lo ma ta'aseh ha'omer ve'oseh chesed hinam lanu ta'aseh u'v'zichut ha'ne'echad kaseh hakshiva va'aseh tzadik b'chol derachav hatzor tamim erech apayim u'maleh rachamim chamal na v'chusna al avot uvanim ki lecha adon haslichot vecharachamim tzadik atza Adonai lechamit ulhachayot asher beyadecha pikdon kol ruchot halila lecha zikronenu limchot vechayuna einecha berachamiv alenu kichochot ki lecha Adon harachamim v'chaslichot Adam in bein shenai yihyeh o elef shanim yihyeh ma yitron la kelo chaya yihyeh Baruch dayan ha'emet memit chayeh Baruch hu ki emet dino shotet hachol be'eno shalem le'adam keshbono v'dino hachol lishmo Hodia Yipenu. Yadanu Adonai ki tzedek mishpatecha titzdach bedovrecha betizke beshoftecha ve'ein lechar her achar midat shoftecha tzadik atza Adonai ve'yashar mishpatecha dayan emet shofet tzedek ve'emet Baruch dayan ha'emet shechol mishpatav tzedek ve'emet Nefesh kol chayid beyadecha, tzedek mal'eh yaminecha, rachem al pleitat son yadecha, v'tomar lemal'af haref yadecha, gedol ha'ed v'rav ha'alila asher einecha, pikchoch al kol darkei b'nei adam letet le'ish, kid rachav, v'kifri ma'al lav. L'chagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri v'lo avzlata bo Adonai natan v'Adonai lechach yehi shem Adonai mevorach v'hu rakum yekaver avon v'lo yaskid v'kirba l'chashiv apo v'lo yair Kol Hamato.
Ezri, Meim Adonai, Oseh Shamayim Baaretz. Ezri, Meim Adonai, Oseh Shamayim Baaretz.
You're doing all the editing. Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, I'll get it next. Let me do something first, and then I want to see what this is.
Let us please rise for memorial prayer.
Male Rachamim, Shochein Bamrohim. Am Seimenu Chanachonatachat Kanfei Hashkina. Malot Kedoshim Notorim Pizor Harakia Masirim. Nishmat Chana Batobi Fegi. Shehalcha Leolama. Began Aiden to him a new kata. Ana Balarachamim, Hasirei Habesetek, and Efele Olamim.
Utzuror, bitzuror, chachahim en nishmata. Adonai hu nakalata. V'tanuach mishalom amishkava, v'nomar amen. Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure. To the soul of Hannah Batoli Fegi, who's gone to her eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May her soul be bound in the bond of life. May she rest in peace. Amen.
Dear Bonnie, Hannah Batoli Fegi, on behalf of the Feber Kadisha, who tended to you during your last moments of this world, on behalf of all of us who are here, and those who wish they could be here but were not able to be here today, we want to ask for your forgiveness for any word or any action for which we could have offended you during your lifetime and during your last moments of presence in this world. May your soul be bonded up to the bond of life eternal. Let us say
Amen.
Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'elmad yivarah kilutzei ve'amlik machlutzei. V'chayechon v'yimechon v'chayed v'chobet Yisrael. Hagala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen. Yehi shmei rabban mevarach olam lamei almaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitha'ar v'yitramah v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei l'kedusha.
Richu.
Ve'ela kol berchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechamata dam yiran ve'elma v'imru
Amen.
Yeshlama Rab Amin Shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Say shalom v'loma. Say shalom aleinu ve'al Yisrael v'imru
Amen.
Dear friends, tonight only, DJ and Allison are opening their house for a Shiva visit from 4:30 to 6 p.m. to 6:30. 4:30 to 6:30 at DJ and Allison's house. However, we're going to have Shiva Minyanim in the evening, today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. So please join us for the Shiva Minyanim. You have the links. We sent them out. If you need it again, please call the temple. We can send it out again for you. And we're also going to be saying Kaddish in the mornings, 7:30 a.m. to our regular Zoom link to our morning meeting. Hamakom yinachem etchem v'tasher avelei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May God comfort you along with those who mourn and with the people of Israel in Jerusalem. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you everyone who joined us on Zoom.
Alright, you ready for some off-roading?
Of Simchas, only on beautiful.
Top wheelie?
Thank you very
I think
much.
it's time for a smile. Alright, I have the key. Yeah, just gonna get them in the car and I'll turn it on.
And let me end it here. To everyone who joined us on Facebook and YouTube, our live stream, thank you very much for being here.